Americans. So I open citing that statistic to highlight the importance of why we're here this morning, to celebrate the addition of two new rental units, this time made available to Blue Ridge Independent Living Center, to aid the placement of qualifying low to moderate income families in need of affordable and accessible housing for one or more of their family members struggling with a physical disability. These two new properties, the Independence House here on Mormon Avenue and the Empowerment House at the other location listed in your program, are the result of a tri-partnership between the City of Roanoke, Habitat for Humanity, and two nonprofit organizations, Family Promise of Greater Roanoke, whose units we dedicated last month, and the Blue Ridge Independent Living Center. Construction of these sites was made possible through a 2022 very competitive grant managed by the city using American Rescue Plan Act funds from the federal government given in response to the COVID pandemic. I joined my friend Karen at Blue Ridge Independent Living Center, Executive Director, and Amy Morgan, the Executive Director of Family Promise, in thanking the City of Roanoke, specifically the Mayor, City Council, former and current city managers and their staffs for endorsing this innovative proposal, which ensures that federal dollars, our taxpayer dollars, will be recycled over and over again through the provision of shelter to current and future Roanoke residents who become tenants of these houses. These sites are newly constructed, high quality, energy efficient, ADA accessible homes designed to foster physical resilience and economic independence during the tenants' transition to self-sufficiency. And I gotta say, what a blessing that is. According to the Center for American Progress, people with disabilities earn a median wage of 66 cents for every $1 made by people without a disability. This inequity underscores just one of the broader barriers many individuals with disabilities encounter. And though we know that the probability of having accessibility and mobility issues increases with age, the prevalence of disability occurs in all age groups. Habitat recognizes that many people in the Roanoke Valley struggle with economic setbacks like job loss, sustained low wages, and if you add to that problems with substance abuse, poor mental health, or relationship tensions, the declining health of our parents, or challenges with crime, let alone our medical health, any one of us can find ourselves underwater, at risk for eviction, or stuck in substandard, unsafe, and cost-prohibitive housing from which it feels like we'll never escape. And we get calls every day attesting to that. Well, today, though marginal in number, I'm here to share some good news. And after nearly 2 years, Habitat's partnership with Blue Ridge Independent Living Center has reached its zenith as we celebrate the transfer of these two houses built by Habitat for Humanity to their organization to begin to use as affordable, accessible rental units. I'll let the other presenters on this morning's program share insights into what this tri-partnership means to the city and its residents. But for now, I'll close with sharing my personal joy at celebrating the completion of these homes. I'm really anxious to see families move in and make use of these properties. And thank you so much. I'll let David Tate, Habitat's Development Director, share more about how these rental units fit into kind of the larger scheme of helping families, working class families, achieve economic independence. David?
All right, well, good morning, everyone. Another special day here in the city of Roanoke as Habitat-Roanoke is set to turn over another pair of homes to yet another partner nonprofit, this time Blue Ridge Independent Living Center, and this on the heels of two homes that Habitat turned over earlier, I guess last month, to Family Promise of the Greater Roanoke Valley. As mentioned earlier, these homes are a culmination of forward thinking and hard work that has allowed Habitat to form a partnership with these two wonderful nonprofit agencies, made possible by generous funding through a competitive grant provided by the City of Roanoke in the aftermath of the COVID pandemic earlier this decade. While the two homes dedicated earlier this month will end up providing much needed transitional housing to families in need, these two homes that are being dedicated today, the Independence House and the Empowerment House, will provide similar opportunities, albeit to people who are living their lives facing the uphill challenge of also living with disabilities that present obstacles to living a full and happy life. And that is the miracle of the work we do here at Habitat. We provide not only affordable housing, but we provide hope, love, and a sense of normalcy for a segment of the population that oftentimes struggles to find that hand up and over those obstacles that keep many of our neighbors from enjoying their life's potential. And this is why these two rental houses are important, because they help families with one or more disabled people more seamlessly integrate into Roanoke's communal life by reducing the barriers to showering, cooking, and cleaning, entering and exiting one's home, and the like, improving the quality of their life and the other members of their family. The fact is, delayed and unmet service needs produce harmful effects on the health and well-being of adults and families of those dealing with disabilities. Those include, but are not limited to, health impacts of going without needed supports to include injuries, worsening physical conditions, chronic pain, and poor mental health. Difficulties accessing these services also contribute to problems with carrying out daily activities, working, and participating in social activities. Strained household budgets and family caregivers experience increased stress, isolation, declining health, and job loss. When people with disabilities can fully participate in school, work, social activities, and family life, they live more rewarding lives. As important, their communities succeed too, economically and less tangible, but equally important in important ways. It is hard to determine the significance of community impact as people are provided the tools to succeed. Suffice to say, these tools can only help our neighbors move forward, whereas forward momentum is the direction everyone wants to move as the basic building block towards building a successful life. While we do not have major sponsors to thank for this project, we do certainly want to thank, once again, the City of Roanoke for trusting Habitat with their funding, as we feel certain the city is proud of the work we do here in the Valley. If we were counting these two homes in our overall tally, Habitat-Roanoke's output tally would stand today at 298 homes over the past 39 years. However, these two homes and the two built for family promise will stand alone as a shining token of the partnership multiple entities working together can achieve. I would also like to take a moment to point out the contribution of Woods Memorial Presbyterian Church in Savannah Park, Maryland, for organizing a multi-congregation workforce of more than 120 youth volunteers and chaperones who made their way to our city and over the course of less than a week stood up these two homes from a hole in the ground to the shell of homes that were handed off for completion by our subcontracted partners. So, congratulations to everyone involved in this incredible project, and may God bless all of the families that will pass through these doors on their way to becoming self-sufficient, happy, and productive members of our community. To touch more on those folks, I invite Blue Ridge Independent Living Center's Executive Director Karen Mikulski-Carney to provide more. Did I say that right? Yeah. Awesome. To provide more insight into the impact such a project will have on those that will use these homes as a stepping stone toward a brighter future. Karen?
That's too funny. Usually when I'm at the doctor's office, the nurse will come out and go, Karen, and I go, it's me. So I was wondering how the last name would be pronounced. Anyway, I am the other Karen, Executive Director of the Blue Ridge Independent Living Center, and we're commonly known as BRILC. BRILC is a private nonprofit organization that was actually founded in 1989, so almost 35 years ago, to assist individuals with disabilities to be independent. We also work with the community to ensure that the community is accessible to individuals with disabilities. BRILC is one of 17 centers for independent living that are located throughout the state, and we're actually one of more than 400 that are located across the country. Centers for Independent Living, commonly called CILs, are community-based, cross-disability nonprofit organizations designed and operated by people with disabilities. What makes Sills unique is that 51% of our board of directors must be people with disabilities, and the majority of our staff are also individuals with disabilities. And this is because the independent living philosophy emphasizes consumer control. Consumer control is the idea that people with disabilities are the best experts about their own needs, that they have crucial and valuable perspectives to contribute, and that they are deserving of an equal opportunity to decide how to live, work, and take part in their communities. The independent living model understands disability as just a part of life. In the independent living model, the problem lies in the environment, not the individual. People with disabilities do not see themselves as problems that need to be solved and ask only for the same human and civil rights enjoyed by others. The two homes being dedicated today, the Independence House and the Empowerment House, provide an accessible home for individuals with disabilities. A home that is accessible means that an individual with a disability can do those daily mundane things that we take for granted. They can do them independently or with limited assistance from others. We're talking about, and I think David and I might have written our talking points together here, but we're talking about entering and exiting their own home, being able to cook, being able to put groceries away, and doing the dishes, doing laundry, and bathing independently or with limited assistance. On behalf of Brilk's Board of Directors and the individuals with disabilities we assist, we would like to thank the City of Roanoke, Habitat for Humanity, and in particular my friend Karen Mason, who came up with this idea for this collaboration, all of the volunteers and all of the staff and sponsors who have made these two homes possible. We look forward to assisting individuals with disabilities who live in the Independence House and the Empowerment House to secure housing of their own. Thank you. And now I'm going to introduce Matt Cruikshank, who is the treasurer of the board of the Blue Ridge Independent Living Center. Matt?
Comes out, maybe.
All right. Thank you, Karen, and thank you, Karen Mason and the Habitat crew for this wonderful opportunity for the Blue Ridge Independent Living Center. So we know there's a severe shortage of affordable housing in the city and our region, and it's even more difficult for folks with disabilities to access housing that meets their needs, that allows them to be integrated into the community and live independently. So these two homes that you all have built for us will be put to good use for folks that need this integration into the community. So we appreciate it. So thank you.
Who's that? Joey. Well, our favorite guy ever. This is the guy that makes it happen. This is the guy that we all work on this, but Joey really is knee deep making these dreams happen. There you go, buddy.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today. Personally, thank you, as well as Habitat. Thanks, you guys. I'd like to thank Blue Ridge, the Roanoke City for making this possible. This is closer to me than what most the people I work with know. I've got 3 friends that are disabled. One of them actually brought by this house here, and he cried. So this has been a great project with both of them. It looks a lot different now than it did when we first walked through, doesn't it? But this was a neat project, and we've actually incorporated some of the things we're doing into this into our standard builds now as well. So one thing about this house and the house on Syracuse, these are the first 2 houses that we've built up to the new energy code. So they have the 2x6 walls on the outside and all the extra insulation and all that, so they'll be even more efficient for the people living here. So I got something special if you want to come up.
I think I know what it is.
You think?
I think. I
What?
hope.
What?
A key?
What?
A key?
I knew I forgot something. On behalf of Habitat and our staff, our crew, and the volunteers, it gives me great pleasure and honor to present you with the keys.
Thank you, Joe. So now I am going to turn the program over to Rabbi Purser.
Thank you very much to Habitat for Humanity and the Blue Ridge Independent Living Center and to the City of Roanoke for inviting me to participate in this celebration today. And I've been asked to provide a blessing for this beautiful home, and I have had the tour, and so I think I can do that adequately now. Holy divine source of all blessing, we ask that your presence fills these two houses so that they may become safe and loving homes, full of generous welcome for all who dwell here and for all who visit, overflowing with light, with warmth and contentment for family and friends, overflowing with nourishing provisions and generous hospitality, a place of refuge for rest, recovery, safety, and peace, in daytime and in darkness, and a place of security, growth, happiness, and celebration. And God willing, this is the first of many celebrations in this new home. Holy divine source of all blessing, we ask your blessings of love and protection on all who will occupy these homes. We ask that no sadness be allowed to come through these doorways, no trouble come to these dwelling places, and no fear come through these hallways. Let no conflict be in this place. Holy divine source of all blessing, we ask your blessings also upon this community, on all who have worked on, helped to build, or contributed to these new homes in any way, and on everyone else gathered here today to realize in full our ongoing sacred obligations to continue to lift up, support, and love our neighbors, whoever they may be. May the power beyond all power bless these houses and make them loving homes, filled with human kindness and the presence and love of the Holy Divine. And let us say, Amen. And I'm going to conclude with a blessing that many of you may recognize from the Hebrew Bible. It's called the priestly blessing. And I'm going to sing it first, chant it first in Hebrew, and then I'll say the English, and I think you'll recognize it when I say the English. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. And the community says, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord deal kindly and graciously with you. May the Lord bestow his favor upon you and grant you peace. And let us say, Amen. Thank you very much.
And that concludes most of what we have to do, other than, of course, the ribbon cutting. So if you'd join us outside. Any turn off? Yeah, got a dog with me.
Oh, yeah, Dave. Makes sense.
Bless the inside and the outside.
Cool kids are in here.
Right, exactly.
One more. Scissors, I get you every time.
I know it. I'm gonna take my orders from home.